Hi, beautiful souls. Coach Rachel Lynn back with you today with another video, bringing you information ranging from the law of attraction, personal growth and development, mental health, self-care, mindfulness, well-being, and just general overall success. So thanks for tuning in today. And what we're going to talk about in this video is something I'm going to say abracadabra. All right, so if you've heard the term abracadabra and you know it's associated usually with magic or a magic show or things of that nature, abracadabra actually means I create as I speak. So, what we're going to talk about today is how extremely powerful that you are in creating your reality. Because we are all creating the reality that is showing up in our lives, whether it's good or bad. All right. So we think sometimes we're the needless victims of extenuating circumstances that we just can't seem to find our way out of, that the negativity and bad luck, as some people would call it, just keeps showing up. And so when we go around talking about that bad luck and those bad experiences and all of the jacked up things that can come into our experience, when we go around talking about that and focusing on that, what we do not realize is that abracadabra, we are creating what we speak. All right. So even if what you are speaking about is true and accurate, and they are things that you have experienced, you have to find a way to get off of that frequency, even if it's true. All right. So most people, when they're down and out and they're bummed out and they're feeling like they can't get ahead in life, they're going around telling everybody, "Yeah, this happened to me, and this is what I'm going through, and I don't have any money, and I can't find a job, and I can't find the right relationship, and everyone that I've ever had always sucked." All right. So you're going around saying all these things, even if that has been an accurate experience. By speaking those words, you are continuing to draw those unwanted experiences into your life and not even realizing that you are playing a vital role in what keeps showing up. Or we could say what's not showing up. All right, so we want to get real clear and have a very good understanding of how we are creating our own experiences. Okay, so every thought that we have has a vibrational frequency. Okay, so when we have these things that come into our life and we have a negative, down and out, bummed out, angry, bitter kind of reaction to it, kind of a feeling, then that feeling that we are exhibiting in reaction to those events is sending out to the universe a vibration that says, "Universe, I'll take more of this." It's just like having a giant menu, right? "Oh, well, I don't like this, but I'm going to keep talking about it. So the more I keep talking about it, the more I'm going to get." That's what's going to show up on your plate. Okay. So being consciously aware of the thoughts that you're thinking and how they're showing up. And here's how you can measure this: is what is showing up in your life what you want? Okay. If it's not, then we have to look at, let me backtrack just a minute. What are the thoughts that I'm thinking? Am I always focused on what is and how bad it is or how bad it was or the things that I've gone through that were not pleasant? Is that where I'm tuned to? Is that the station? Is that the vibrational frequency that I want to be on? Okay. So if the things that are showing up in your life are not things that you want, you think they're coming from an outside source, but guys, let me tell you, they're not. You're creating the situation. Okay. So what you have to do is you got to start fine tuning, becoming aware of the thoughts and catching yourself, right? So when you're saying, "Oh yeah, this is what is," wait a minute, stop right there. I don't want any more of what is. I don't want any more bad relationships or toxic relationships or jobs that I can't seem to get ahead or I'm unappreciated. I don't want any more of that. So you stop. That's where you stop. Right there. You catch yourself. Okay? And you say no more. Right? So you might switch that script and say, "Okay, Every day is getting better and better. Every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm getting further along my path. Every day I am healing. All right. I'm bringing good experiences into my life. Here's the things I want. We don't care about what is. We can't focus on what is. Okay. If your bank account has 25 cents in it, we can't focus on how bad in debt you are. We got to focus on the prosperity and the abundance that you want to bring into your life. Okay. So this is where most people miss the boat. They're focused on what is, right? And what is not good. And they stay in that vibrational frequency that keeps them stuck with the same things showing up over and over. And when those things show up over and over, people begin to tell themselves that they're not worthy, that they're never going to get out of the shape that they're in, they're never going to succeed, they might as well accept it. And then they keep creating the same sense of lack. All right. So I was working with a student a while back, and the student was trying to earn a trade. Okay. He was trying to get his learner's permit. He was trying to get his driver's license and also his high school diploma. But he was broke. He came from a very poor background. And I would have meetings with this student, and we would talk about, what do you want? What are you here for? What are you striving for? What's the type of life that you want to live? And so he could voice those things, but he would return to me week after week and he'd say, "Oh, yeah, but I'm still broke. I'm still broke." And I said, "You will not always be broke. So we have to not focus on being broke. We have to focus on what money that you want to see coming into your bank account." But here's the kicker. If you say those things and you say, "Okay, I am focused on having an abundance of money in my bank account. I want to be able to be free to do and have all the things that I want." But the kicker is, if your core belief says you'll never have it, guess what? You're stuck. All right. So when your core belief emits that frequency of lack, what happens is everything that you keep experiencing is from a point of lack. So this is where you got to be a conscious creator in your own life. You have to get out of the mud. You got to get accelerating forward toward the life that you want and get real conscious about your thoughts. But not only your thoughts, but where your energy is. Again, those thoughts carry a frequency, an energetic vibration that's going out to the universe. All right. Law of attraction says like attracts like. Well, you cannot attract prosperity, good relationships, good health, good mental states when you are in a place of lack and kind of like regret or pessimism, right? So you got to get real conscious and make a choice. From this point forward, I consciously choose my energetic vibration. I consciously choose what I'm putting out to the universe, and I am not focusing on the lack that I have at this current moment because that is irrelevant. All right. So you have to believe it before you see it. Most people say, "Oh, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it." Isn't that how it goes? That's how most people think, "Yeah, that's too good to be true. I'll believe that when I see it." I've heard countless people say that over the years. But the trick is you have to flip-flop it. You have to believe it before you will see it. So keep that in mind. Abracadabra. If every thought that you have had today actually appeared or didn't appear in your life based on whatever it is you're thinking, would it be what you want? If we could wave that magic wand and say, "Yep, every thought that you've had today, abracadabra, you're going to get more of that," would you want it? So that is the $1,000,000 question. So as you go about your day, as you go about your week, and you're thinking, what is it that I want? What am I focused on that's not serving me? And how do I consciously change this to change my frequency that I am emitting to the universe so that the good and the prosperous and the abundant, the healthy relationships, and all of these things that I desire start to flow easily into my experience? So I hope that you kind of get a picture now of where are you at on this path, abracadabra. Are you getting what you want or are you not? Right? And also, I want you to realize that you are consciously creating the reality that you have. So that is maybe a learning curve for some of you because it's so easy to think you are the victim of life and life circumstances and other people and events that you didn't see coming. But sometimes we create the very things that we fear by keeping that alive in our vibration. So let's look at an example. Let's say if you're sick or you've been diagnosed with an illness, the more that you focus on that illness and the symptoms that maybe go along with that, the worse it is going to be. That does not create a sense of healing within your body because basically you're in the driver's seat instructing every cell of your body on what to do next. So the more you focus on what is, the more what is you get, the more illness you get. So you have to see yourself and feel yourself as being well, as being healthy, as thriving in all areas of your life. Even if you are not currently in that position, you have to see it. You don't just say it to yourself because if that core belief does not match, then those energies do not align and those things cannot be brought into your experience. So you have to get in alignment with your thought and put yourself into the reality of the way that you want to feel and the things that you want to experience. So if you want a new car, all right, and you're driving around an old clunker right now that you can't trust to get from point A to point B, right, and you don't know where in the world you're going to get the money to get that car, that's irrelevant. What you want to think about is sitting in that car, feeling how it feels when you grasp the steering wheel, feeling that sense of security, knowing that you can drive anywhere you want to with a sense of safety and trust that you're going to get where you're going to go, and smelling the new car smell. Okay, it's about immersing yourself into the experience that you desire, even if it is not your current experience. But you have to believe that those things are possible for you. That is a potential hangup. You've got to get your core belief aligned with that which you desire. And the more you can imagine and put yourself into that place within your imagination, that is where the energy starts to shift. It emits a new frequency into the universe, and those things will begin to come into your experience. Okay? We just don't realize we're creating our negative experiences and think we're a victim. That's not true. You have control. I'm handing you the keys. All right? These are things that have been proven over and over that some of the most successful people in life have used this creative visualization with an intention that they have set for their lives. And the imagination will take you further than any other thing that you could have in your life. Imagination is the key. All right. So everything that ever came into existence in this world first began in someone's imagination. All right. The clothes you're wearing, the chair you're sitting in, all right. The car you're driving, the table that's across the room. Everything first began in someone's imagination. And the more you see it, and the more you focus on that, and the more you immerse yourself into that sense of having, being, doing what you want to do, then it has no choice but to start to come into your experience. It's a whole different ball game. I'm telling you, but this is a very powerful approach, and we all have the ability to use our imagination. Okay, so abracadabra. Are you getting what you want? If not, let's create in our minds everything that we want to have. And also, I want to talk to you about the frequency of I am. So, if you are old school and know about the frequency of AM radio, and I know there are some people out there that still listen to the AM, but I roll with analogies. So, what we're doing is looking at the frequency of I am. So, whatever you say to yourself after the words I am is creating every part of your life. So when you are telling yourself, I am unworthy, I am unlovable, I am not capable, I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not smart enough, whatever that might look like, when you say I am, the words that follow are creating your destiny. So we got to get real conscious and clean out some junk in that thinking trunk and start to reprogram how we are operating on the road of life. If you're driving along and you're sputtering and you're stuck in potholes and you're constantly running out of gas and you're sitting curbside on the road of life, we have to change that now to get what you want. And you do have the power. You do have the power to get, be, do, have every single thing that you want. So when you start to focus on this AM frequency, or I am, start to put in there what you really want to be. I am successful. I am bringing wealth and abundance into my life every day. I am capable of achieving everything that I want to achieve. And I am going to be a healthy person. Not just going to be. Let me erase that. I am a healthy person. I am in a loving, committed relationship with everyone that I come in contact with. Because emitting that frequency of love brings love and those relationships that you want into your life. Okay, so start to practice those things. Start to work on your frequency. I am. And you know that frequency is measured by a unit called hertz. So therefore, I'm going to say if it hurts to think about it, you have to change the station. You have to change the frequency. But start looking at the words that you're putting after I am and be very cautious and strategic on what you start to replace after those words. And you want to start repeating those positive aspects. I am vibrant. I am energetic, right? I am compassionate. I am making a difference in the lives of others. I am prosperous. Okay? So you are consciously becoming the creator instead of living and experiencing life by default. So I'm putting you in the driver's seat. I'm giving you the keys with some tools that you can take charge of your life and not be the backseat driver anymore. All right? And so the last thing that I want to say is abracadabra, this is up to you. If you liked this video and like this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to have some comments on the videos. I'd love to interact with you guys, so please feel free to comment and have some interaction in that capacity. But thanks for tuning in, and until next time, have a blessed day.